great football team. There's no other way to put it. Coached in the SEC, and that's the kind of team we used to play about every week, especially the elite ones. So the speed that they have and the size that they have is pretty special. So hats off to them. Disappointed in the finish. Very proud of our start to the game and most of the third quarter, but there's no consolation in that. So very disappointed in the way that we finished, especially defensively. Definitely some things we got to address with our guys. But really proud and excited for our program. The way they responded, the fans, and the way they came out today was special for us. I really feel like that there's something to build off of for sure. I'm disappointed that we didn't finish better to give them something to go home with. But as I just told our team, breakthrough is a mindset. It's a culture change. It's an expectation. And for me, we didn't finish, and so there's reasons for that for sure. But I'm really proud of the way everyone has gotten on board with us and supported us, and we're going to learn from this one, and we're going to press on. We got a long season ahead of us, and got a big game next week. So, questions?
Tom, I guess you talked about being disappointed, particularly on the defensive side with the way you finished. What do you feel like kind of did go wrong there late third, early fourth quarter?
Yeah, I think, from a schematic standpoint, they were just doing some things that put us in some conflict, that you basically, you address one thing, it exposes another. And we had a couple busts in assignments that, as I said all along, you make one mistake and it's a big play. And they're so fast, it's hard to catch them, so we couldn't afford to do that. We're not where we need to be depth-wise. It is what it is. We got to recruit better. We got to get more guys on this team. That when we sub guys out and we take out our number ones, that there's not a big of a drop off. And right now there's too big of a drop off. And so I felt like in those, especially some of those big plays in that third quarter, that they shouldn't have happened. They should have been catches and tackle. So, but that's the part that frustrates me. Is giving up those kind of plays, because those are, in my opinion, those are avoidable.
Tom, with you guys not being able to run the ball and having to make Lego throws 65 times, how much of a factor was that in just how good Ohio State's defensive line is and how dominant?
Oh yeah, I mean, talking to their guys, they think they got 5 first-round draft picks over there, eventually. So that's not normal, So they're pretty elite up front for sure, and made it tough. Yeah, you got to run the football, and obviously we don't want to throw it that many times, but at the same time, that's kind of what they forced us to do, And so I think that we know we have to run the football, and that's going to be a huge priority for us. But there wasn't the same matchups up front that you like to have each week. So, but they're a great football team.
What can you tell us about Westbrook?
Well, you'll have the MRI in the morning. That's all I know. So we'll find out then. I've learned not to try to jump to conclusions. So, but we'll see. We'll see tomorrow.
What is it? A shoulder? Or
No, it's his knee. Yeah.
You touched on that third quarter. What was it offensively you all could not regain that rhythm, especially the pacing?
Well, it's like anything. When you're trying to get in rhythm as a tempo offense, you got to get first downs. When you don't get first downs, that affects the ability to do that. And so in order for us to counter their size and their athleticism up front, we needed it to go fast. And when you don't get first downs, you can't go fast. So that makes it challenging. So, but I thought our offense did a lot of great things. I thought Richard played extremely well. So we gotta get key stops. We can't give up those big plays. So I'm a defensive coach, so it's on us.
Tom, what was today like for you going through the walk? This is your first game here at IU.
Yeah, it brought tears to my eyes, to be honest with you. As I was walking through, and just so appreciative of the support of the people here, and just seeing so many faces, family, friends, people I've known for a long, long time. So that was special for sure, and I really appreciate our fans showing up the way they did. So I encourage them to continue to support this football team and the guys that give so much for it. So that was a very, very, very neat time for me, and I'll cherish that one for a long time.
Coach,
you were pretty animated after they scored their sixth touchdown. Did something set you off? Is it a matchup problem, effort problem?
Yeah, it was effort to me. Yeah, the individual that gave that up, even the way he took the field, I got after him when I saw that. I almost took him out if I'd have had time. I should have called timeout and taken him out because I didn't like his body language. And then he gave up a play. So, to me, that's the kind of thing that you control. Each young man controls that. So I'll be very animated and things like that.
And special teams performance, it looked like Hayden Whitehead had a good game. Griffin Oaks hit all 3 of his extra points. But what needs to improve for, going forward in the season?
We need to do a better job on our kickoff returns, but their speed, the way they kick it schematically is the sky type kick, and then they want to let their speed get down there, and they're down there in a hurry, and so that's one that we got to work on for sure. I thought the mechanics in our punt team, there's a couple situations where we didn't have personnel out there together, and so that's something we got to make sure we get corrected. But there were some positives for sure. I thought, hey, that's his first game ever in his life of playing football, So he's played Aussie rules, which is totally different. So he was nervous for sure, but I thought he did some good things. He's got a lot of talent.
For Simeon to miss all of last year and come out, especially the first half, and make those aggressive catches, it's going to go through your head.
Yeah, he's way better than he was before. He's come back very motivated. Coach Hurd is, I think, the best receivers coach in the country, and everywhere we've been together, he's produced to that level, and I think that Simmy's responded. He needed a guy like that, to motivate him, to show him how it's supposed to be, and hats off to him for responding. But yeah, he's a grown man. And he did some great things against some really good athletes. So.
Richard.
You guys have talked all time about getting Ian Thomas involved, and obviously they did that tonight. Caught a couple touchdown passes. Just your thoughts on his game.
Yeah, he just needs to keep being who he is. That's a big part of our offense, and he's a matchup problem for sure. And proud of him. He I don't know how many catches he had tonight. I haven't seen every stat, but he didn't have very many last year. So we said it all along that he was going to be a big part of what we want to do, and he will be. So proud of him and the way he caught the football.
Rich threw that interception down in the red zone early, but bounced back. How important is it for him to just get back out there?
Absolutely. That's part of it. You're going to play quarterback. I told him over the summer that the head coach and the quarterback have to have the same mindset. They're going to get too much of the blame when things go bad and too much of the credit when things go good. And that's part of those positions. Those positions demand that, and you have to be able to take it. And so you make a mistake, you got to flush it, and it's a tip ball that he threw, and had it not been tipped, it'd have been a touchdown, So that was a pretty critical point in the game, So, but he's learned that's part of his growth is to be able to make a mistake and flush it. We just got to protect the football, We did have that fumble later on. We got to work on that, but it was. Obviously our plan was to get the ball out fast, and we were able to do that most of the time.
You guys had trouble getting pressure on Bear tonight, just the one sack. How do you improve on that?
Well, biggest thing is it's more, of what they were doing in their routes, because you got to be able to, to get pressure, there's certain things you have to do coverage-wise, and there's matchup problems with that, with the speed, and so we tried to do quite a bit of dropping where we covered with 8. Just because that's something that I feel like with a quarterback like that's not an accurate quarterback, that's what you try to do, and so didn't expect us to get a bunch of sacks on him because of the way we approached it, but we just wanted to, and even the ones that he got were just kind of caught him underneath and outran us, so it wasn't like they just ran down the field on us. So we're just trying to, it's a matter of it's a chess match. You kind of, if you're going to pressure, you're going to have to play certain coverages behind that.
Time for 2 more.
You guys went for a couple 4th downs, which might have been in field goal range, but there was a win. What was Griffin Oaks' range tonight?
Well, when you're, based on what direction you're going, and he's in the mid-40s range where we feel good about. He's hit 50 yards before, but we've been tough into the wind. But I knew field goals weren't going to beat this team, so we were going to be aggressive. That was our approach.
What did you like about your team in the first 2.5 quarters?
Well, they played Indiana football. That's what I would say. And so we're going to build off of that. And we played a great football team that more than likely will be playing in the Final Four. So that's what I would predict. So bottom line is that for 2.5 quarters, went toe-to-toe with them. We're leading them and weren't able to finish. So that's on me. So we talk about breakthrough. And I'm not going to quit talking about it because breakthrough is not one game. Breakthrough is a mindset. Breakthrough is a culture. Breakthrough is an expectation, and that's what we're headed to. So bottom line is, great opportunity tonight. We didn't take full advantage of it. Hats off to Ohio State for being a great football team. We're going to learn from this game, come back next week, and be better.